In my previous Skull and Bones video where I went over the founding event, I talked about how I was probably going to start cutting back on Skull and Bones videos unless something interesting came out regarding the future of Skull and Bones. And, well, here we go. Looks like year 2 is shaping up to be quite interesting. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. So we're going to go over this below in the description section. By the way, your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding what we're going to find out about year 2 below in the comment section. According to Skull and Bones, we have an important update from Skull and Bones team. Read the full message here at Reddit. So I got that link below in the description section. And like, this is such potentially good news for year 2 that it's getting way more likes and retweets and comments than most of their previous posts on X, which is already a very, very promising sign. So if you look by the artwork in the background, you see what appears to be a kraken. So it looks like we're finally getting the kraken as a sea creature in year 2, somewhere down the road in year 2. So that's awesome. And there's some other interesting stuff along the way when it comes to Skull and Bones. All right, so let's talk about everything here in this message from the devs regarding year 2 of Skull and Bones. Captains, today we'd like to give a long overdue update on our plans for Skull and Bones Year 2, Season 1. We know many of you have been eagerly waiting for more details, as Season 4 is scheduled to end very soon. To cut to the chase, we've made the difficult decision to extend the duration of Season 4 and delay the launch of the next major update for Skull and Bones. But I was looking forward to my reward for being a Diamond Kingpin. I want those cells. I guess I'll have to wait a little longer. Only had 7 days left, but oh well. New release date for Year 2 Season 1 is now April 15th, and there's going to be a showcase on April 14th. While we understand this news may be disappointing to many of you, we hope you understand the decision was made after careful consideration and was also strongly influenced by the feedback we received from the community since the launch of Season 4, as well as in recent weeks. We have a very ambitious and exciting plans for the future of this game, some of which you might have caught a glimpse of in the teaser. We'll go over the teaser real quick that we shared in the message. Our team has been working extremely hard to deliver on our ambitions and believe this additional time will allow us to refine the work, ensuring we deliver Year 2 Season 1 content at the best quality. We can't wait to show more about this and our plans for Year 2 during the showcase event scheduled for April 14th. In the meantime, we'll be extending the Year 1 anniversary celebration of the founding by another week until March 25th, following the return of the Azure Solstice event till April 15th. Honestly, I wish they'd bring back the Nain event because I feel like that was the worst handled event of all these seasonal events. I didn't even finish it, but I did finish the Azure Solstice event, which I thought was okay. The Halloween event back in October was my favorite. The release of our Year 1 original soundtrack also postponed from the initial March 6th release to March 24th. We're also aware many of you still have questions of what to expect when it comes to your Helm Empire when the new season launches. We've actively reviewed our plans on the matter and intend to share more details in the coming weeks, both on the changes you can expect in the game and what it means for you as a Pirate Kingpin. As always, your feedback is crucial to us, so please do let us know your thoughts. And out of curiosity, what do you think might be revealed during the upcoming showcase? Thanks again for your support, and see you all very soon on the high seas. The Skull and Bones development team. So we'll go back to X, and I can make this larger. So we're going to go over this. Now the artwork, obviously got the artwork here. And one of the characters is carrying, I guess, a musket. And we're going to see one of the characters in the cutscene picking up a sword. Very interesting. And, of course, the kraken in the background. That pretty much implies we're finally getting the kraken, or a couple of krakens, as sea creatures in Year 2. So here we go. And I will pause this as we find something of interest. Because, oh yeah, so there's volcano. Well, I got to show that in a minute. But first, volcano. So now back up. Back that thing up. Okay. No, damn it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so volcano. I know there's like a volcano in like the southern portion of the map. I don't know if this is this the same volcano, or is this going to be like the expansion area that's been teased for a while now, that's been like not available for us to go into. So that'll be interesting if this is just like a little tease of the brand new location, if we ever get to go up there into like the north, like west part of the map, Or is this implying that the volcano that we already have in the game is erupting with lava going everywhere? I guess we'll find out. But the next thing I wanted to show y'all is right there. It looks like we are finally getting large ships added to the game. At least one large ship for us. And it looks like, I guess, the frigate that the pirateers use. So I think that's what they've done. They've just taken the frigate, as I'm calling it. It might end up being called something else. It looks like a frigate. And we'll actually be able to get a quote-unquote large ship, which is something we've been asking for a quick minute now. So no promises, but I think that they've implied that we're getting this. I'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, so let's continue. So here it is. The pirate, which is our character, basically standing up and picking a sword, implying that we're actually going to be able to get swords, maybe different types of swords, and maybe some customization options for the swords you can purchase, of course, right? And we might even be able to do some like swashbuckling, some fighting with swords against NPC characters, and maybe even other players. That would be fascinating as well. And I think that's pretty much everything that's revealed in this teaser. If I missed something, let me know. And once again, you have another one of our characters. And I think all three are supposed to represent us, the captains, the kingpins, because they're wearing clothing items that we're able to get. And she clearly has a musket on her back. So maybe not only are we going to be able to eventually do sword fighting in the game, which is something we've been asking for ever, maybe we're also going to be able to use muskets and maybe even flintlock pistols and perhaps even blunderbusses and other weapons in PvE combat on the islands, and perhaps even PvP combat as well. We can dare to dream, right? Now, why do I believe that we're getting large ships besides them showing a large ship, which I'm going to call a frigate, unless it's called something else in the future? The reason why is because somebody actually said big ship, and then Skull and Bones replied with that. So it's pretty much a given that we're finally getting a large ship in the game. It doesn't mean we're getting a whole bunch of large ships, but it looks like they're at least going to give us that awesome looking frigate that the pirateers use in the game. And we'll be able to customize it, upgrade it. And hopefully it's a badass vessel. So that's something I'm pretty excited about, along with the cracking and, of course, the ability to possibly use swords and guns in combat, and not just, ship-to-ship fighting. That'll definitely flesh out this pirate game even more than it already is for year 2. Now, a few other things they have planned going forward is the cosmetics. They're going to be making some of the cosmetics a little bit more darker, realistic. That's what a lot of us have been asking for. I don't have a problem with a variety of cosmetics in this online game, but I think there's a lot of us pirates that want it to be a little bit more, I guess you could say, realistic, or have more of a pirate film vibe to it. So it looks like we are getting cosmetics for our characters, our captains, as well as our ships in the future that give it an even more pirate feel and vibe. And this is something else we also know about. They're going to make it to where we can hide the armor, because each armor has a different design to it. And sometimes it kind of clashes with the look and the feel of the ship that we're using. And a lot of us just want the ship to look normal, but still have that armor on it. So we'll be able to hide the armor skin. And that way it looks a little bit cleaner. Not everybody's going to do this, but I think I would definitely be interested in my ships looking a lot cleaner, especially if I feel like the armor I'm using clashes with the ship's design. And the final thing I want to go over regarding Year 2 Season 1 is something a lot of you Kingpins may be aware of already, is you want to make sure that your Pieces of 8 is down to at least 50,000, because you're going to be lowering the carryover of Pieces of 8. So I've been buying a lot of items in the black market from Yanta, like, various upgrade pieces, and materials that might come in handy for a future large ship in Season 2. So I've been spinning my Pieces of 8, just keeping it around 50,000. The Sovereigns are also going away, and I would hold on to the Sovereigns. I know some people have been converting their Sovereigns to the Silver Lions, which is the founding event coin, but you can earn that by sinking the convoy ships. But the Sovereigns are going to be replaced by Kufr bars, which is the seasonal currency. And that's another thing that you might want to consider, is just holding on to your Sovereigns, because 25 sovereigns at the beginning of year 2 in April, on April 15th. 25 sovereigns will equal 1 Cooper bar, which is the seasonal currency. So you probably want to start launch of season 2 or year 2 with as many of those Cooper bars as possible. I don't know what they're going to be used for, but the more Cooper bars you have at the beginning of year 2, season 1, the better. But yeah, the sovereigns are going away. But at the moment, you do have the option to convert the sovereigns into lion coins for the founding event. But I've just decided to hold on to the sovereigns I do have and just let them be automatically converted to those Cooper bars coming down the road. That way I have as many of those bars as possible in order to spend them on whatever the team at Ubisoft Singapore has in mind for them for year 2, season 1. But yeah, sovereigns are going away, and the carryover cap for the Pieces of 8 is going to be 50,000 at the launch of year 2. So you definitely want to make sure that you get that number of Pieces of 8 down. If you have like way more than 50,000, this is a great opportunity for you just to go to the black market, to Yanita, and just buy additional like materials and just stockpile it in your warehouse. Plan ahead for the new ship that's coming with hopefully year 2, season 1. I gotta admit, the founding event has actually grown on me. At first, I didn't know what to really think of it until I started attacking those convoys. And at one time, I was getting additional pieces of cosmetics, but I think there's like a limit that we can get. So I reached that limit, and I'm still getting Pieces of 8. I'm still getting those lion coins I can spend in the founding chest, and some other important items as well for ship parts, upgrades, etc., and commodities. So yeah, I definitely would continue attacking the convoys that are part of the founding event for as long as that's going on. I believe, once again, it's been extended from now through March 25th. And the Azure event is also returning after that. And to be honest, like I said, I'd rather than bring back the Nain event because, in my opinion, I feel like the Nain event was handled the worst out of all these seasonal events. It was so bad that I didn't even bother finishing it. But that being said, from all this information we just went over from the team at Ubisoft Singapore, I'm honestly a lot more optimistic about year 2 of Skull and Bones. The only suggestion I would make is the same thing I've been saying for a quick minute now. This game should be free to play by now, because no matter how low you discount the price for Skull and Bones, people that bought it have bought it. And I think that a lot of people out there that would like to play the game, or at least try out the game, I know there's demos, by making the game either A, free to play, or free for a limited time, like on PlayStation Plus. Maybe Ubisoft will make a deal with Sony, and it might eventually be free for a month, so that'd be a great opportunity for people on PlayStation to pick up Skull and Bones. While at the same time, financially, they rely on money made from the store, as well as the Smuggler Pass going forward. Sooner or later, I do think that Skull and Bones will go free to play. It's really all about the timing, and I think that with year 2, it is the perfect opportunity to basically relaunch Skull and Bones year 2 for veteran captains, as well as potentially new captains to come aboard by making it free to play. But that's just my opinion. Now I want to know your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding year 2 of Skull and Bones. Welcome, as always, below in the comments section.